Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Priscilla, and today I wanted to come to you with a quick video where I talk about accountability and responsibility. Taking accountability for your life when you are starting to make changes and you are deciding that you want to live a different life. When we are children, we experience life in a certain way because of the level of awareness that our parents are functioning under. And we have no control over that. We cannot control what happened to us as children. But when we become adults, we have a sense of responsibility to ourselves. We need to become more aware of our actions, our patterns, our behaviors, and decide when it is time to heal. Heal a lot of the traumas and the things that we experience. We owe that to ourselves. We owe that to the inner child that had absolutely no control. And everyone goes through different things. Some might be more extreme than others, but as human beings, we're all going to experience pain. We're all going to experience suffering, grief. It is part of the human experience. No one is immune to that. If you are living, if you are breathing, you are going to go through certain things as a human being, just as you will also experience death. No one can escape that. So when we start to implement changes in our life, that is going to feel really uncomfortable because we have been functioning under a certain set of belief systems. And once we start to shake that a little bit, and once we start to stretch that and start to expand our container, we're going to feel it in our body. And that is going to manifest as fear, as anxiety, as depression. We start to move forward a little bit, and sometimes we feel like we take 2 steps back. That is because we have not experienced that new version of ourselves, and we don't know what that actually looks like. So there is this fear of uncertainty, and this is absolutely normal because for so many years you have been functioning under certain patterns, under certain routines, under certain habits. And once you start to change that, your mind is going to want to go back to what feels comfortable. So you're going to most likely have moments where you feel like you want to self-sabotage, moments where you want to blame other people for what is going on around you. And this is when we need to take responsibility, because whenever we are saying, they're treating me like that, they're doing that to me, they're making me react in this way, they're making me feel in a certain way, we are giving our power away, because that is saying that someone outside of you can control you. Someone outside of you can change the way that you feel. And no one should have that much power over you. You need to become very aware of the things that you are consuming and become more disciplined, because everything that we are consuming is going to play a part in what we are programming into our subconscious mind, because a lot of the things that we are doing on autopilot every single day. So if you are consuming empowering content, positive content, if you are working on yourselves by setting certain routines, habits, goals, having short-term goals, having long-term goals, making sure that you are looking at your finances and not ignoring where you are at. So many people talk about being delulu, and I believe in that to a certain extent, but not for everything. I feel like it is very important to actually take a good look at where we're at and really look at our life. Like, what are our results? What are we attracting? What are we bringing in? Because that is going to let you know exactly where you're at as far as where your belief systems go. Because if you're consciously telling yourself, oh, I do value my time, I do value myself, I do respect myself, yet you are allowing people to come into your life that disrespect you, you are continuing to put yourself last, you are not prioritizing yourself, then what is it that you truly believe about yourself? Because if that was the core belief that was present, that is what is going to be showing up in your reality. So looking at where you're at is very important. Pay attention to what you are consuming. Pay attention to the people that you're surrounding yourself with. I only surround myself with people who are confident, people who love themselves, people who empower themselves and others, people who are on a path of self-improvement, because I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to expand. Therefore, I'm not going to be putting myself around people that are constantly talking negative, people that are not disciplined, people that do not show up for themselves. I do not do that for myself. Therefore, I am not going to be around people who do that. You need to be the conscious creator of your life And know that you always have a choice. Even when you feel like you don't have a choice, you always have a choice, even in the choices that you are not making. Not making a choice is a choice. And the only person that can help you is yourself. There's no one outside of you that can change your life. There is no one outside of you that can make you happy or that can fulfill you. It all starts with you. You have to start by making the commitment to yourself, by being more disciplined, by creating habits and routines that are going to help you get to the places that you want to get to. And when you start to navigate in that way, that is going to trickle into all areas of life. For instance, I feel like the most valuable thing that we have to offer is our time and energy. My time is very valuable, especially as a business owner, especially as a mother of 3. I don't have time to waste, which is why I also made the decision of no longer taking discovery calls, because I was finding that people would reschedule constantly, people wouldn't take it seriously, people would not fill out the questionnaire that I had sent to them or email them. And for me, that really lets me know how committed you are to yourself. If you cannot respond to an email, if you cannot fill out a questionnaire, then you are not serious about your growth. And you are the one that has to commit to yourself first. And I am here to support those who are ready to invest in themselves, who are ready to make the commitment to their growth and commit to a new life, commit to really changing who they are, because you don't know what is on the other side. There is no one outside of you that is going to do the work. You have to want it bad enough for yourself. You are the one that has to decide that you want to change your life. You are the one that has to do the inner work and decide that it is time to be a better person, to heal yourself, to show up for yourself in a better way, and those around you too, your family, your friends. Everyone is going to notice a difference once you start to change your life. And that is when people will start to ask you, like, what are you doing? And it's not easy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and make it seem like it is easy. It is hard work having to push against everything that you've ever known and start to create something new for yourself. But that is where the growth happens. How can we learn to lean into that discomfort? How can we learn to really sit there for a little bit longer and get comfortable with being uncomfortable? We are so used to being comfortable 24/7 that as soon as something feels, uncomfortable, we want to run away from it. And I want to challenge you to start doing things that feel scary, that feel uncomfortable, that push you past your limits, because that is where the growth happens. And you're not going to get anywhere by staying in the same place that you've always been. That is going to keep you exactly where you're at. And it ultimately comes back to you and you deciding where it is that you want to be in life. So this is just your reminder to continue to stay consistent in the routines and habits that you are creating, even whenever you feel like you are not seeing a difference, even whenever you feel like you are not seeing a change, because it's going to take a little bit of time. Just as whenever you are learning something new, whenever you are learning to drive, you are very well on your P's and Q's, making sure everything is in place, making sure you're paying attention. And then as time goes on, you start to do that on autopilot. You don't even think about how you drive, you just know how to drive, because you've done it for so long that now it becomes something normal. So you create a new version of yourself and a new life by staying consistent and constantly repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating these new patterns. This is something that you do from the moment that you wake up until the moment that you go to sleep. You have to constantly embed these new beliefs. Have affirmations, words of encouragement, positivity, things that make you feel good, making sure that you are eating good, making sure that you are getting physical exercise, making sure that you're consuming positive content, self-help books, podcasts. You have to be the one that does this. No one is going to force you. No one is going to make you, because no one cares. People only really care about themselves. And it is time that you start living life for yourself and decide who you want to be. Because if you don't, someone is going to come into your life and tell you who you are, tell you what you deserve, tell you what kind of life you should be living. And at the end of the day, it is your life. Whenever you die, that experience is going to be one that is very individual. You cannot take anyone with you. Whatever you are feeling, you are going to be feeling that by yourself. So you really need to be your number one supporter. Well guys, I just wanted to come to you with this message. I hope that it resonates. I love you guys, and I will see you in another video.